house of kings, and our soils can be strong and mighty in the...
One group that remained resilient in their call to the federal government is the Bring Back Our Girls group, led by Dr. Obi Ezekwesili, a former Minister of Education.
I want to begin by saluting the Bring Back.
The group at many times staged peaceful protests, reminding the government to do the needful and secure the release of the captured Chibok girls.
There are three things that happen in life.
With the release of just few of the captured girls, the Bring Back Our Girls movement says it will continue to keep the government on its toes to properly rehabilitate the girls and process the release of more.
Nigerians are covered. Humanities.
What are we fighting for?
The soul of Nigeria.
Fight for our Chibok girls.
It's a fight for the soul of Nigeria and the world.
Mr. President.
No more excuses.
Mr. President.
No more delays.
Mr. President.
Starting now.
It's almost 900 days since these girls were taken, and it isn't just Nigeria that is watching this. The entire international community has its eyes on what is happening here, and it shows what more needs to be done to challenge these insurgencies and make sure these things don't happen again. Britain is doing everything that we can to work with Nigeria to support the people caught up in this and provide the necessary structures to make sure that we can do our best to free the girls as soon as possible. There is always more that we can do, and I'll be meeting with the Vice President immediately, and the first thing on my agenda will be discussion of the Chibok girls.
We're going to continue to demand for the rescue of our Chibok girls. We continue to expect that countries with capabilities like the UK, the US and France would support our government in every effort. All the three options that are available for rescuing our girls remain very important as approaches for ensuring that our girls come back. It's soon going to be day 900. It's too long. The girls must be brought back.
So what we are assuring the Nigerian people is that we will not allow the government to shrink from its responsibility. It is the responsibility of government to ensure that they get the right education that they can. BBOG can help in whatever way it can and ensure that they get that right education. We will not allow the government abdicate its responsibility. So in a way that the government will not say, okay, there are a certain group, BBOG will take it. No, it is the duty of the government to ensure that they get that right education. And we would help in whatever way we can to help to ensure that they get that right education. There are a lot of international bodies, a lot of countries who are willing, who had indicated interest in the past that they're willing to work with our Chibok girls when they do come back. And this is the time that we'll come calling to say, some of our Chibok girls have started coming back home. Can we come together and ensure that this is done? And I'll say the federal government too have started reaching out to some of the international bodies for them to come in and help rehabilitate. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. Our Chibok girls are not just Nigerian daughters. They are world daughters because they symbolizes what the girl child goes through to get education. They were in captivity for none other than the father they dare to be educated. And so all of us need to come together, rally around them and ensure that they get the best that they can out of life. Right now, the government knows, as we have always known before, we are rooting for them to do more. We are rooting for them because we know they can. A lot of times before, we had people coming out to say, why are you coming out every day? Baby, we believe in the government. Even when the government itself didn't believe that it can, but we knew our government can. And indeed, this has proven that it can. So by coming out every day, we are saying that, look, we believe in our government, we are demanding from our government, we are rooting for our government, and definitely we'll get not only 197 of our Chibok girls back, but all other abductees that are still in captivity. And also we will see an end to this insurgency. So as a movement, we'll continue to demand for the release of the remaining 197 Chibok girls. We'll continue to ensure that we monitor the government and ensure that the ones that are back home now, they get the right care that they need.
For the army, we're still working on our own strategy, all right? And not only the Chibok girls, but all other persons that have been abducted by the terrorists. It's our plan and it's our objective to see that we rescue everybody. So it's still ongoing. And whatever, any other arrangements that has been done through other means, through diplomacy and so on, I think we also support the government in that direction. And I want to believe they're all aiming towards the same objective, the same end state. The Army in particular is collaborating with all the security agencies, including our sister services, the Navy and the Air Force. And you can see that you have the opportunity to talk to me and ask this question. You know, it's not overwhelming. We've not been overstretched. We'll continue to do our responsibilities and perform our responsibilities. We're better trained, we're better equipped, and we also have better intelligence.
Senator Shehu Sani is a member of the negotiating team that led to the release of the 21 Chibok girls.
On the cards that we should.
He wants the federal government to sustain the ongoing negotiations with the insurgents, as it is the only guaranteed way to secure the safe release of the other girls.
If we were able to get these girls out, not through the use of force, through negotiation, I believe that that is an option that should still remain on the cards, that we should explore the options. And it is possible to end the insurgency by negotiation for the very fact that force has been applied and it's clear to them that you can't win, you can't overrun the Nigerian state with few of you picking up arms to kill, to bomb, and to host flags in some remote parts of Nigeria. And as such, we can now move towards the next phase. And I believe that this same team that were able to secure the release of these girls should still be retained to move towards bringing an end to the insurgency.
Point of order, Mr. President.
From the hallowed chamber of the Senate, and in a motion of urgent national interest raised by Senate leader Ali Ndume, the release of 21 out of over 200 girls abducted by Boko Haram is indicative of the government's relentless effort in securing their release.
I want to say, maybe you have read in the paper, the emotion, excitement that I personally went through. On Saturday, I sent a message to go and see them. These girls were in high spirit. They were so resilient. And when I asked them what they need, distinguished colleagues, you'll be surprised. Their leader, that is Gloria, said, please, try to get the remaining of us out there. But in doing so, she begged me to talk to the Air Force that if they carry out the air surveillance or raid in Sambisa, they should be careful so that they don't kill those that they left behind. I was really touched. But to cut it short, Mr. President, I still want to thank everybody here because the Chibok girls, 219 of them, are not the only girls that were abducted during this madness. The number is not known, but there are more than 1,000, I can bet on that. Some of them have gone unnoticed. Some of them are missing. Some of them, only God knows where they are or what condition they find themselves.
And one after the other, they alight from the coaster bus to the seat of government. They look even better than when they left their captors.
The president can then come one after the other and have a handshake.
The revelation from here is that some of the parents of the girls have died of high blood pressure before the release of the girls. The onus now rests with the government and well-meaning Nigerians for the girls to get a life and a future.